I don't take dating advice from anyone that isn't married.
So does this guy not take dating advice from the Apostle Paul? Well, no, of course not, because Paul didn't give dating advice. No one did in the Bible because dating isn't a biblical concept. But besides that, let's move on.
For like young people that are in relationship, what advice would you give them concerning dating?
For men, I would just lock in with the Lord, like really lock in with God and just have a relationship with Him first, so that you can know how to love your partner correctly, how Jesus loves.
Yeah.
And not the definition of the worldly love.
Yes, sir, there is no such thing as a loving husband that is not a Christian. Ephesians chapter 5 tells us, husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself up for her so that he might sanctify her, having cleansed her by the washing of water with the word, that he might present to himself the church in all her glory, having no spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that she would be holy and blameless. In a perfect world, the wife does exactly as the husband says, no matter what the husband says, and the husband perfectly loves the wife. Now, since we as sinners aren't perfect in this life, 1 Corinthians 13 reminds us that love does not take into account a wrong suffered. This is great advice for any relationship, not just marriage. It's not a matter of if a Christian sins against you, it's a matter of when. And what you shouldn't do is keep track of those sins. You should forgive them, because that's exactly what God does for you. All the sins you've ever committed are not counted against you. It doesn't mean that your sin doesn't exist anymore and God doesn't deal with it. But the fact is, no matter what you do, you have peace with God. And the same thing should be true for Christian relationships.